HTC's flagship for 2015 is the HTC One M9, and I've spent quite a bit of time with this one. So, can it do better than its predecessors? Should you give HTC a shot? Well, here's my take on it. The pros, the cons, the whole 9 yards. But before we get to that, if this is your first time here or in case you've forgotten, my name's Ash, this is C4E Tech, and you're watching my full review of the HTC One M9. Let's get started. As always, let's start with the build. To the front, on top, we have the earpiece with a notification LED buried inside, sensors and a 4 ultra-pixel front-facing camera. Lower below, we have a 5-inch display, HTC logo and another speaker. To the back, we have a secondary noise-cancelling microphone, dual-tone LED flash, a 20-megapixel rear camera and HTC branding below that. Up top, we have the IR blaster, a micro SD card slot, the power button and volume rockers sit to the right, the USB OTG enabled micro USB port and the 3.5mm headphone jack reside at the bottom. We just have the nano SIM card tray to the left. The One M9 at its thickest measures 9.6mm and weighs in at 157 grams. But thanks to the curved back, it is ergonomic and feels solid. It's comfortable to use single-handed. But that being said, I really hate the power button placement here. It's a little too low, and while yes, it's textured, I still ended up hitting the volume keys instead, even after spending a week with the M9. The phone's also a little bit slippery in hand. Anyway, moving on, the One M9 sports a 5-inch Super LCD 3 display that's covered by Gorilla Glass 4 and sports a full HD resolution. This gives the display on the One M9 a pixel density of 441 pixels per inch. This is an awesome display. It's sharp, reproduces colors very accurately, the viewing angles are fantastic, and it's also bright. Very much so that you'll have no issues viewing it outdoors. Anyway, moving on again, underneath the hood, the One M9 is powered by the 64-bit capable Snapdragon 810 chip. This houses 2 sets of quad cores. First, a power-efficient set of 4 Cortex A53 cores clocked at 1.5 GHz each, and then another set of high-performance Cortex A57 cores clocked at 2 GHz each. These are coupled with an Adreno 430 GPU and 3 gigs of RAM. Sadly, the Snapdragon 810 is prone to overheating. This doesn't mean that the One M9 is gonna get unbearably hot in your hand. HTC ensures that it doesn't, but that comes with a price. The price you pay here is aggressive throttling. I have a video on why LG went with a Snapdragon 808 over the 810 for the G4. Check that out for more information on throttling. I'll leave a card to that right here. Now anyway, with the One M9, the throttling doesn't really affect the day-to-day performance like it does with, say, the LG G Flex 2. The One M9 doesn't stutter. While the phone does get a bit warm, games still run fine without dropping any frames or lagging. The front-facing stereo speakers are rich and loud, call quality, and audio via the earphones were also flawless. Great stuff from HTC. Now all this is powered by a non-user replaceable 2840 mAh battery, and the battery life is quite good as well. On a looping video playback test, the One M9 lasted about 9 hours before running out of juice. With moderate usage, the One M9 managed to get me through a day on a single charge on each of the 9 days that I used this as my primary device. A regular day for me involves about 2 to 3 hours of calls, a lot of push notifications, mails, social media, meaning Wi-Fi and data are always on, some browsing, and thanks to the great audio quality, I ended up listening to music via headphones for a couple of hours at least every day. And that is a lot longer than I usually do with other phones. HTC has also thrown in a few power saving options if you do want to get more out of this battery. Next up, let's talk about the camera. The One M9 sports a 20-megapixel rear camera that's up from 4 ultra pixels that HTC has been using for a couple of generations now. Initially, I found the performance to be bad, but HTC did push out an update, and now this is a mediocre camera. It does retain detail, the shutter speed's fast, but it suffers from a lack of dynamic range. Low light performance is subpar as well. The camera doesn't impress with 4K video either. The front camera though performs decently. Now the UI is similar to what we've seen before, simple and clean with a few modes available. You can add extra modes if you so choose to. There are a few fun options like photo booth and split camera available here. But that being said, overall the camera doesn't really feel like quite a finished product, and the hardware itself is also found lacking. Anyway, moving on, the One M9 currently runs on Sense 7 built on top of Android Lollipop. Sense was one of the most mature manufacturer skins out there. Smooth transitions, nothing too graphically intensive. To the left, instead of Google Now, we've got Blink feed that aggregates news from your social networks or topics that interest you. We have an app drawer here and that scrolls vertically. Everything feels fast. There are a few features that HTC's added as well. Say for example, with the screen off, put the display in landscape mode and hit the volume key to launch the camera. Similarly, again with the screen off, double tap to wake the screen and double tap to turn it off. The double tap to turn off works only from the lock screen though. Similarly, you can set other motion launch gestures as well. These help in avoiding hunting for the awkwardly positioned power button. With Sense 7, HTC's also added a widget that's supposed to simplify the home screen. Depending on where you're at, the widget will provide you apps that you commonly use and even suggest new ones. Worked quite well for me. Overall, Sense 7 on the One M9 is very stable, fast and smooth, apps open up quick without any lag. Multitasking is also a breeze here. And with that being said, we get to the price. The One M9 is priced at about $600 unlocked and is not being sold in India just yet. At this price, what you get is a great looking phone with awesome audio and ample horsepower inside that's let down only by a subpar camera. I guess this is what I'd have said about the One M8 or even the M7. In my honest opinion, for HTC to remain competitive in today's market, they need to use a better camera sensor since this Toshiba sensor just isn't cutting it. So should you get this? Well, if camera isn't high on your list of priorities, then yes. But if you already own a One M8, I'd say don't upgrade just yet since the One M9 doesn't really bring anything new to the table. Anyway, that's just me though. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So I guess that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you found it useful. If you did, do give this video a thumbs up. Vote it down if you didn't. If you have any constructive criticism, do let me know in the comments below. Feedback's always welcome. And subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do want to help the channel out, please consider changing your Flipkart or Amazon URLs to one with our affiliate code. The links can be found in the description below where to buy. So I guess that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.